Hello, this is Father Andres Ayala, IVE priest missionary in the US. Today, Tuesday, May the 21st, 2024. The Gospel is from Mark 9, chapter 9, verses 30 to 37. Jesus and his disciples left from there and began a journey through Galilee, but he did not wish anyone to know about it. He was teaching his disciples and telling them, "The Son of Man is to be handed over to men, and they will kill him, and 3 days after his death, the Son of Man will rise." But they did not understand the saying, and they were afraid to question him. They came to Capernaum, and once inside the house, he began to ask them, "What were you arguing about on the way?" But they remained silent, for they had been discussing among themselves on the way who was the greatest. Then he sat down, called the 12, and said to them, "If anyone wishes to be first, he shall be the last of all and the servant of all." Taking a child, he placed it in their midst, and putting his arms around it, he said to them, "Whoever receives one child such as this in my name receives me. And whoever receives me receives not me, but the one who sent me." Dear friends, the apostles had received a gift from Jesus, the gift of authority, but they were using it against each other. They were taking this gift as an occasion for division among them. They were arguing about who was the greatest. Sometimes we use the gifts we have received from God as an occasion to put distance between us and other people. We try to make sure they realize how good or talented we are, perhaps because we are afraid of what will happen if we don't. We feel insecure before others, and we think that the only way to stay safe is to assert ourselves, to put the foot down, to put distance. By doing this, we may obtain a certain recognition from others. We may be able to keep them under control, get things done, obtain other benefits from people, But acting in this way, we will never obtain people's trust. We will not be able to establish a real connection with people. We are not going to be loved. They are afraid of us. And we ourselves remain alone. Jesus tells the apostles that they have to become like servants and that they are sent like children. Because Jesus is sending them not to put distance, but to create connection. Jesus is sending them to love people, not to keep them under control, as if they were things to deal with. Jesus puts a child in the midst of them. Nobody can be afraid of a child, but Jesus' arms are around him. The child is safe. The apostles will be safe with the strength of God's arm, but they will be like children, because their strength and power is not in themselves, but in God. Children obey others. The apostles must serve the people of God, must use their talents and powers for the sake of people, not for their own sake. Children need something from others, especially love. The apostles, like children, are also sent to look for real connection with people. The true apostle wants a real connection. He wants people to listen to what he says and to accept it because it is good for people to accept Jesus' message, not because he's looking for something for himself. The true apostle wants to be welcomed by people because people who welcome him welcome Jesus himself. It's good for them, not just for him. The true apostle is not indifferent to the love of people because Jesus commanded us to love one another. If people do not love me, the will of Jesus is not fulfilled, and I cannot be happy with that. This that I say does not apply to shepherds only. If we want to establish real connections with people, if we do not want to remain alone, if we really want to love, we need to stop the power play and show people that we need them, not because of what they can do for us, but because we want to be loved by them. We need to make people feel that for us it is not the same if they are there or not. This is to become like children. It's to become vulnerable. But do not be afraid of what may happen to you. Because when you become a child, Jesus' arms will be around you. God bless you all.
Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed hearing the gospel and homily, I invite you to share it with someone you know who may also find it rewarding, and also to subscribe to the Catholic Voice channel. Please see in the description below if you would like to receive a text message for each daily gospel and homily. Please also keep our missionary priests throughout the world in your prayers. Thank you, and God bless.